back, folks. This is Shane. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the Crazy Tube Circuits Triptychon because there's a lot going on with this. I can't believe they managed to cram in 3 individual circuits into basically a 2-in-1 style pedal, just in terms of its physical size, but there's a lot going on. So on the left-hand side, we've got our drive circuit, which is to emulate the sound of an amp cranked. It's not a super high gain overdrive tone or anything like that, but it's very musical. The benefit of this is, being that it's not a super high gain overdrive, you can use the right-hand side, which houses the Rangemaster-style treble booster, to boost it even further. And that's the kind of way I really like to use this. You can see that there's a switch up here. This allows you to switch between your treble booster to the Octaver that's built into it. What? Yeah, that's right. So you can stack that into Fuzz, which is how a lot of folks love to work with Fuzz. Octavers and Fuzz pedals seem to go together really nicely. The Fuzz Voicings are courtesy of this particular control here, and this changes it from the Dallas Arbiter Fuzz on this side. We've got the Vox Tone Bender in this position, and then we've got the Tone Bender Mk1.5, and then the Tone Bender Mk2 with it all the way to the right-hand side. And these are all unique circuits, which means if you don't like one of them, you can switch to the next one and you're going to be in business. On the front of the pedal, there's 2 different buffer buttons, and what these will do is, say for example, you're using active pickups into this, it will help emulate just standard pickups with a higher gain input. Now, I don't own any active pickup guitars, but I think that's really nice. Secondly, the buffer will give you a better tone if you're already running multiple effects through your signal chain. So it's got that going for it. The signal chain of the pedal starts on this side, going through the boost and octave, and then it goes through the fuzz and then out through the overdrive to your amplifier. On the side of the pedal, you can see that we've got our little extension Footswitch jack. We get top mounted jacks for your guitar, and this pedal runs on 9-volt DC. The mod button over here allows you to get 2 unique tones when it comes to the Rangemaster treble boost. So you've got your standard treble booster and then a mids pushed one as well, which is really cool. So if you're playing single coils, you might find a standard treble booster just way too bright, and that's why you've got that button there. It really enhances the mid frequencies that would usually be lost if you were using just a standard treble booster. Secondly, if you push this button with it in the octave position, it changes the way the octave responds. With the button in, you're getting a much more gnarly and gritty sort of octave sound, and with it in the out position, it allows you to get a much cleaner upper octave sound. It's just much smoother. So I'll show you all of this in the video, but it's amazing just how much they've managed to cram into a pedal that's this small. I think this will find its target audience based on the fact it does overdrive, fuzz, octave, and it's got a killer boost. So even if you're buying this for the overdrive and boost, and then you've already got other pedals that you like to use, this will play very nicely. The treble boost is legendary, and I'll showcase that coming up. Let me show you the switching system here with and without the additional foot switch. So with it, it allows us to turn the overdrive on. We then can turn the fuzz on with this switch, and then turn on the treble booster or octaver with this one, which is great. Now, if you don't want to buy this, you still get some pretty flexible switching options. Without this external foot switch plugged in, things work a little bit differently. So I've got this toggle switch in the center. If I hit this button, you've got the fuzz. If I hit this button, you've got the boost and octave. So that's separated. Now, what I'm going to show you is if I flip this switch to the left, we now have the fuzz and overdrive at the same time. And if I hit this one with the toggle switch to the right, turn that off, you can now see that we've got the boost and octave and the overdrive together. So it's up to you how you want to work it, but just know you can't turn on the overdrive independently without this guy right here. It works very differently without this external foot switch. So grab one of these. Even if you buy another, Crazy Tube Circuits pedal in the future, you can still use this on many of their others. Before we get into this video, just a quick thank you and disclaimer. Crazy Tube Circuits have sent this into the channel, and this video is sponsored by them, but all thoughts, as per always, are mine, and I'll give you my thoughts about it at the end. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to showcase each of the 3 channels and then how I would use it personally, combining more than one at a time. And I'll show you that coming right up. But we're going to start with the left-hand side, which is the overdrive circuit. And this is kind of like an amp-like overdrive. So it's not going too crazy, but it definitely changes and transforms the sound of your guitar. This is my Strat going into my Marshall DSL 40. This is bridge pickup. Overdrive on. bridge and middle. I'm actually a big fan of combining that bridge pickup tone with this particular circuit. It really sort of brings it alive. The neck pickup's good for that single note stuff, but yeah, if you want sort of like a really steely sound, just incorporate either the middle pickup or the bridge pickup to give you that gnarliness. It's quite cool. All right, let's crank up the drive to about 3 o'clock. Have a listen to this. Yeah, now if we turn down, it's going to clean up beautifully. Over to neck. So you can definitely get a lot out of this, and of course, if you want, you can run it at a much lower gain setting, probably better for sort of bluesy stuff. Yeah, it's not a bad blues tone, especially on that neck pickup. It's still got the steely thing going on, which I like, and yeah, plenty of bite. Let's take a look at the Rangemaster-style treble booster on the right-hand side going into the overdrive, and this is great. We get 2 separate voicings thanks to this button right here. It's currently in, which will give us a more mid or more prominent mid-frequency sound. This bridge. Yeah, now if I push this button so it's out, you're getting a typical treble booster, which gets a lot brighter. So over to neck pickup for this. So as you can hear, that I feel works better for humbuckers, so let's try that. And now I'm over to my PRS SE Custom 24 with the pedal set exactly the same. So this is bridge pickup with the overdrive on. So with humbuckers, I prefer having the mid boost off, just using it as a standard treble boost. So this button is up. To my ear, that just sounds a whole lot better. Up next, we're going to showcase the Octaver. Now there's 2 unique voicings. We're going to start with the button up to begin with, and then I'll click it down, but we'll start just with the overdrive circuit. Octave on. both vastly different to each other in terms of tone, so you can make your mind up which one you like the best. Up next, we're going to take a look at the fuzz circuit. Now, what I'm going to do in this particular part of the demo is showcase how the fuzz sounds with the volume control down on neck pickup, and then we'll go over to bridge pickup with the volume all the way up. And the reason why is fuzz responds beautifully to how you work your volume control, and everyone likes different stuff. So I'm going to show you each of the 4 modes on this control, just with different dynamics. So we'll start with the volume down on neck. So this last one doesn't clean up anywhere near as well as the others. It's much more gnarly. Volume up. Yeah, so that last one's vastly different in terms of how well it will clean up, but if you like the fuzz tone to clean up, you've got 3 options that are very musical. Now the fuzz circuit stacks beautifully with the clean boost, and I'm going to show you some examples of that right now. I'm going to leave this button in. The mod switch is in, giving us more of a mid-frequency boost, but this is the starting tone, and I'll quickly go through each of the 4 tones. Man, oh man, that's got sustained for days, and even on the one with the highest gain right at the end here, it still stacks really nicely. Although I still prefer the other 3 for my particular type of tone, you can get a whole lot of different stuff out of this. And lastly, if you're wondering, yes, you can stack all of them together. So I'll show you a couple of different tones. I'm going to bring this all the way to the left for this particular test. We'll start with the overdrive on. Here we go. crazy, man. That is crazy. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna give you a few things to think about if you're on the fence with the Crazy Tube Circuits Triptychon. So overall, this is a lot of fun. To get the most out of it and to have the truly 3 independent channel experience, you do need this little guy right here. So yeah, it's an added purchase, but I think it really makes this pedal more functional. And to be honest, I wouldn't use this without it. So just to give you a heads up there. If you want to separate the overdrive and the boost and the fuzz all independently, that Footswitch is a no-brainer. In terms of things that it's missing, I kind of feel like the fuzz really does need its own tone control. It doesn't have one. I would have liked to have dialed up more or less treble in some of the settings there, but the good news is it's still balanced very well. So you can set this up where you can flick between different fuzz settings and it will sound the same. So as long as you've got your amp set up correctly, then you'll be able to get a very good sound out of the fuzz circuit. But again, I still wish it just had its own tone control, but it is what it is. I think they've kind of thought about this a little bit differently. They've gone for the Octaver and fuzz experience, which a lot of folks love, and for that it sounds really cool. But then you've got your overdrive, which has that tone control, and you can use it with the Rangemaster-style treble booster, or you've got that thick mids thing going on. So yeah, it's very cool. It's a very cool pedal. Let us know what you think of this. If you want to take a look at this again, I'll link it down below. Thanks to Crazy Tube Circuits for sending this in, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.